Well, hello, it's dogging time. First time in a while. Come on, Harris. Here he comes. Yeah, it's quite nice out here today. Well, at least I've been out in worse days. Everything's gone so lush and green while I've been away. It's lovely. There's all the brackens come up and all the cow parsley has sprung up. It's and the bluebells are just going over. It's awfully nice. Onwards. Walking along this margin on a farm field. Not sure what's planted this year. It's probably oilseed rape again. That's what's been here the last couple of years. But the crop's doubled in height, I think, while I've been away. I've only been away a week, but we've had some rain. We've had some... actually, that doesn't look like rapeseed at all. That looks like some kind of... Yeah, I think they might have planted barley or something like that in here this year. I'm not a farming expert. But yeah, it just seems to have doubled in height the time I've been away. They've had a fair bit of sunshine though and a fair bit of rain. And nothing's better for getting the crops up than that, is it? This plant is a Guelder rose, which is quite pretty flower-wise. Later on in the autumn you'll get some nice berries on here, which are quite tasty, have a bit bitter. There's some old dry ones there from last year. If I can get a camera on them. There they are, they're just there. It's called a Guelder rose, but it's not a rose at all, as you can probably tell from the shape of the leaves. It's actually more closely related to sycamores and acers and maples in general. But yes, nice to see it in flower, and that's it, it's quite a pretty flower. That's a lovely thing, isn't it? Got an oak tree there, and right next to it we've got a hawthorn tree. And look at the hawthorn flowers. They're amazing, aren't they? Let's go and look a bit closer. Look at this. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's almost like it's covered in snow. Really densely packed flowers. All the beautiful little pink core to them. Yep, nice one, hawthorn. And here is the first little bit of elderflower starting to come out. There's lots on the tree ready to come out, but that's the first bit of white I've seen. So it's on its way. So how's your day going? I'm having a lovely time. I'm really enjoying myself. Eating like a horse. There are some really big nettles this year. I mean, look at the size of these leaves. They're huge. Some really big ones. Don't know why particularly, but yeah, just surprising. This stuff pushing up through here is rosebay willow herb. We'll soon have long tall stalks coming up here about the height of this stick with beautiful purple flowers on it, which incidentally make very good jam. The stems, you can also scrape the pith out of the stems as well, and it tastes a bit like cucumber, which is nice. Also known as fireweed, because when the flowers have gone over, you get lots of fluffy seeds, which is great as tinder, kindling to get a fire going, and also because it goes a beautiful, all these lovely yellows, oranges and reds. It looks almost like the whole area is on fire. But this whole area will be purple with rosebay willow herb in just a couple of months. Blimey, these are coming in early. This is a wild cherry. And look, the cherries are starting to form already. It's May. But the flowers are gone and the cherries are starting to form. I say they are wild cherries, they're not cultivated cherries, and one taste of them will tell you that, because they are incredibly sour. Birds love them. Birds eat loads of them, but my word, they're sour. I tried one once, never again. Got some three-cornered leek here, this white flower, and the leaves. Now, in case you're wondering why it's called three-cornered leek, it's probably best demonstrated by taking a flower that's just going over slightly, this one here, perhaps. Now if you look at the cross section of the stem, it's quite clearly triangular with a hollow hole going down through the middle. And the flowers are quite distinctive. The whole thing smells of onion. And it tastes somewhere between a garlic and leek. Very tasty additive, for omelettes and things. Really nice. Well, there we go, another walk completed, and some more little nature notes and things I've spotted on the way. Do you know, the one thing I've been really missing on this walk today is the sound of a cuckoo. In Scotland last week, everywhere I went, there was always a cuckoo in the background, and there's none here. In fact, I probably haven't heard a cuckoo down here in the southeast for 10 years. And I think that's maybe why the Scottish ones stood out for me so much. It's weird, isn't it? And it's funny because there's almost like a ghost of a cuckoo, because every so often I hear a ooh, and I think, oh, it's a cuckoo, and it's not. It's usually, you know, a pigeon, a wood pigeon or something like that. But it's strange how much I'm missing the cuckoo. I also miss this noise, this slavering fool here, who's just been running around for an hour and acting like a complete idiot, and he's now absolutely knackered. So I better take him home for a drink of water and a nice lie down. See you in the next video. Bye bye.